This is a 3 Old Ladies production.
Hello everyone, my name is Tiffany. I'm a tribe member and forever friend of Katrina's. I've watched her over and over again prove the coexistence of our loved ones. Her messages from heaven are nothing short of amazing. If you can, please like, share, and subscribe, and possibly, if you can, hit the notification bell so that you get notified for any and all updated videos. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Kandi. I'm a tribe member and one of Katrina's forever friends. Please like, subscribe to our channel, share whenever you can, and you too can be a forever friend. We look forward to seeing you in the chat room.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? The show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Good evening and welcome to the variety show for the evening. Before we get started and I get everybody introduced, we've got to go over a few housekeeping rules. So let me begin by going over the testimonial disclaimer, which we are required to do by law. So feel free to go ahead and read that and blah, blah, blah. And know that this is for, it's just for fun and, to have a good time. The testimonials are submitted in various forms and, blah, blah, blah. And the views and opinions contained belong solely to the individual user and don't reflect on our views specifically and blah, blah, blah. Okay, so without any further ado, let me go ahead and bring Miss Katrina up. And we've got a great show planned for you this evening. We have a couple of folks that are here to go ahead and have some readings done. Katrina, I turn everything over to you.
Thank you, Kandi. I am so pleased. It's been like almost 5 or 6 months since we've been back on, and I had to watch the intros are messed up. We're changing with it. Karyn, Valerie's here. Rody's here. Tiffany couldn't make it. It's family, and that's the first in anything. And of course, you've met. Let me go this way, Kandi. And, we're pretty much doing the same thing as always. Everyone told me that this is healing to them and they love hearing it. And it takes a lot of work. It's a lot of work on my girls. It's a lot of preparation. And I want to make sure that I give you quality readings, and we wanted to make things fun. So we needed a little bit of break. So we're talking about coming back maybe once a month. And, because life gets in the way. And if you are interested, I have my girls are all in chat room. I don't follow the chat. I will after the show. They will let you know a link to come in on the back. I can get up to 10 people back here. And I'll give you a message. If you got a picture, it's much more convenient. And I know that Rody wants to indicate it. We also have donations are appreciated. There's a link that can send you to a Cash App, PayPal.
Or PayPal. Karyn will be posting those very frequently.
Thank you. So pretty much what we're going to do is if you have a photo that helps me to zero in on the numerous amount of people that are following us all the time, our loved ones, passerbys. I'm hearing doggies. I'm going to put Valorie in the background. I love her, and I love them puppies too. So what it does is that there's always someone around me, and I feel like every human being out here, when I look at them, they have a minimum of 3 to 5 spirits with them. There's always your guardian angels. That's people that care about you. So it's been on the show where it quite wasn't the person they wanted to talk to, but they knew who it was. If you want to play roulette, I'm okay with that too. But also remember that I can't choose, but a picture does help me zero in on that person.
Can I say, I've learned firsthand experience when I first started following Katrina around and helping her, where she would have to really describe, because she told me it's like a crowd of people to try to pin it down. But boy, and it was colored by accident or just
it was by accident
with the pictures, and she zeroes right in on them. So
it was a paranormal investigator that sent me a photo, and I realized, now I knew that I could put things in my hands and be able to find its history. My boys have done that from me since they've been children. But now I'm able to zero in on that energy. I can literally take a virtual walk in someone's home by that photo. I know that's so weird, but it's so true. And I think that that's so important because most of the time it's important for you to know that you're not alone. But even more important that the times that you think you are, you're not. So that's what I'm going to try to do because I see that there's a Ryan down here. She's going to check the chat room. I would like to get started. There's a Ryan. Hi, Ryan. How are you?
Hi, I'm doing pretty good. How are you?
Thank you. First of all, I don't know you, and so I'd like to make that clear so people don't think that it's been staged or anything. And you have such great essence around you. I want to let you know that now. I can continue because I got a woman that is, she's giving me messages to you like she's your mama or your grandma. And so I just want to let you know, would you like to talk to them?
Yes, I would.
I'm a mom, and I know when you're telling your loved ones, especially your children, some things that you need an uplift, that comes from mom. And that comes, and let's face it, hopefully you got that kind of mom. I know you do, Ryan. And you got a grandma that was right there in that butt, right along with mom. So, yeah, I know. But some of us don't have mothers that should have been moms. That's why I want to say, and I'm sorry for that. I give the utmost respect, whether you are animal or human. It takes a lot to be a mother. I know that you are going through some troubles right now because I heard her talking to me. Not that you are in trouble. You need some uplift, Ryan. You need to know that you're going the right way. Yes. And the people that you would have picked up and made a phone call happens to need me right now. And that's what I love about being the operator to heaven. It's very interesting. I know you're walking around in your home, but they're also sharing me that there's another place that you walk around in. So are you going into another home, or are you actively in between two spaces that you would consider like home?
Well, I just moved to Florida So this is my new home, and I
Okay,
left
that's it.
Philadelphia.
Because I saw you in two different places, and you
Yeah.
must have had some anxiety because you just stated to the whole world it was a new state.
Yes.
That can be pretty scary. I came from Chicago to Texas, and I'm a New York baby too. So when they said Texas, all I thought about was, oh, yeehaws. I'm still here. I love it. I do. But it took me many years to come out, and I was scared. I have no family out here. So
Yeah.
I'm not telling you about my life, and anybody that has a reading with me, they know it's because it holds water with what you're going through. Feel a little bit broken. I feel like, look, I'm hearing scissors being cut. So you've cut some ties with people that you didn't think you should have, but your mom's saying that it was the right thing. Do you understand that, Ryan?
Yeah, I do.
And
I've
she
cut
said, I
like
went
a lot of
to
people, and I've also,
Nashville.
I pretty much cut Pennsylvania. Like, not that I will never go there again, but I had to separate it from me. Like, that's not my home now. This is my home now. So I had to.
That's right. And all of the hurt and badness that intertwines with some of the good memories. And for me to sit here and talk to you and know that your mom knows that you have moved, that you are needing her. She immediately came, and we made it so clear, Brian, all I know is your name.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's so important for you to know, because I know you want to believe, but I bet your bippy, Brian, you're my forever friend. There's no doubt in your mind or your body right now. You're jumping up for joy, knowing that you are blessed, and that now your mother just showed me a vision. And I believe that it would have been something when you were growing up, because this has something, because I'm seeing the Bible right there in the middle of the car. There are no bucket seats. It's just one big
The bench.
yeah, it is. And it's beige. I see a beige color, but I see the Bible right there in the middle, and with it being very worn and used. And another thing is the reason why I'm seeing that tells me that your family has faith, and that you come from religion.
Yes.
Ryan, this is the first thing and hardest and utmost for me to think. Please note that in any religion, I do not know any of this stuff. I've been turned down from my own. I speak only what I see, hear, and have gone through. You can sit there and go look at any of my videos. People that committed suicide, people that are gay, all of these that are stating could not make it to our heaven is incorrect. And your grandmother sharing that with me, because she was one that spewed it out the mouth of your sins, or what you gonna do and what's gonna happen. Do you understand what I'm saying here, Ryan? So once they go over to the other side, and I wanted to let you know how she was. They notice that this is not it, guys. Our maker does not put fear in us. It's not made to tell you one way or the other. If you're good and you're doing right and you're doing right by other people, that's all that is expected of our souls. I just want that to be clear. So that means that you're weighing something on your shoulders, Ryan, that has to do with spirituality.
Yes.
And I hope that this is helping you of what I'm telling you, to release you from those binds that we've been instilled with since we've been children. You got to remember, I'm 54 years old. I celebrate 10 years of coming out to the world. Next year, I'm going to celebrate all my forever friends. You come on out.
Yay.
Because this is real. But I battled with family, friends. My mom still apologized. I tell her she can't apologize for something that she didn't know about. I've been this way since I was born. Hospitals, my church pushed me out. I just want to let you know, understand when we feel like you're in a corner and that there's nobody listening to us and what is right and what is right. And you know what? Sick of having to pray.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're being heard. You're going in the right direction, Ryan. I'm being told that you need to put some money aside in a savings, very short. And I feel like you've been talking about this, even if it's $5 a week.
Yeah.
It's going to force you to at least put these in. But to know that you're going on the right direction and that you aren't alone, I hope that this makes a big difference for you, Ryan.
It does. It does.
And you know what? I'm being told that you are doing this on your own. So that means that I know what you did by running from, and that takes a lot of courage. And I'm proud of you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Welcome. You're welcome. Now, did you understand everything? And wait a minute. I know you got your hair up. I know this, but your mom is showing me 3 different wigs and they're 3 different colors. So I feel like there's different shades in them. Girl, I usually wear my wigs too, but it's so hot. I see that each one of them have different colors and different lengths. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah, I'm always changing my wig.
By any chance, do you ever put one hanging on the side, like on a mirror or a hook or something? It looks like it's off on the side.
The current one that I wear right now is actually in front of my vanity mirror, and it's on one of the mannequin heads right next to the mirror there.
Does it have a little tilt to your mannequin head?
Yeah, it's kind of like.
There you go. That's what I was wanting. I'm not there. I would be winning the lottery. I swear I would.
I'm gonna send you a picture of the way it's sideways right now.
I'm not there, but she is. They're there. I know that you smelled her, Ryan. So that means that you got things of hers that you continue to smell and areas. And then I see a pile of like dishes or things with ceramics and broken stuff. Says throw that shit away.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah, I need to.
So look at how you've been debating. Mm-hmm. And your mom brought up to let you know these don't mean crap. And you don't have to come and bring no flowers, Ryan, Lynn. What is Lynn?
So it wasn't Lynn. My mother is called Ruthie Lee sometimes.
Oh, I don't do names, but I swore I heard a Lynn. And so that's why I said it. I don't do names. I don't claim to be, but it was weird that it came off my tongue like that. So I just want you to know, Ryan, everything's going okay. You are being heard. And I see that there's one more thing that I need to do. There's a ring or something that you twiddle on your finger.
Yeah.
During moments of thinking about your family. And that's way better than a name. Yeah. Right?
Yeah, it is.
And so I know that you twiddle or you do these things during moments of, when you need them. So I hope that I wasn't there. They were. And Ryan, you're my forever friend.
Yeah.
Yes. I saw you in the beginning driving home, so I know you.
I was driving home.
So I hope that this helps. I hope that this takes away your doubts. Go forward with all the things that make you happy. And as long as you're not trampling on anyone, you be proud of what you accomplish.
Thank you. Thank you.
And you know what? Your mom's doing. You recognize that?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, that was, and I'm so glad you brought up the Bible, because it was a Bible that when she passed, me and my mom kept that Bible. And when we moved to Florida, we couldn't find it. Like, we could not find her name is on it, and we couldn't find it. We just found it.
Did you see the handwritten note that she had? It's like only started. It don't feel like it's complete. It feels like
inside the Bible. Yes. She wrote down thing, and her her beautiful handwriting. She would write down names and birth dates and
Do it. I had to do it. I'm on fire. Fire. Heaven rocks.
it does.
She's got no pain. Her arms work. So she must have had shoulder and back trouble.
She had a stroke.
Moving and everything. She's letting you know no troubles at all. And thank you for sharing such beautiful soul with me. She does have some fur babies on her lap, so I know that those are there. I want to let you know that our fur babies go to heaven too. So
I'm wearing my cat's ashes right here.
I want you to know she has them. So these are the beautiful things. They're real, guys. And thank you for making our comeback show. I hope anybody listening, but most of all, you, Ryan, go forward and be that queen you are.
Thank you. I will.
You're welcome. And you got a big birthday coming. Is it somewhere in October, September, October, or something?
My birthday just passed last week, but my daughter's birthday is in September. It's her big 10.
It's a big one. That's all I know. And
it's her big 10. Her first time in this house. She wants a party.
You're going to be able to make it, put that $5 aside.
Yes.
And you know, your daughter is a wonderful young lady. She is sassy. That's what Mama said. She's sassy. But she said sassy. Your mom did the same thing as my mom did. I hope your child just like you. And you get it. I got the same thing. And that's what you got. But she also has compassion for others, sweetheart. And that is what comes from good parenting and a good soul. So.
Oh, thank you so much.
You're welcome. Yeah. And if you know of anybody that can use my services, please follow me. I can't do this without you. And I don't advertise. I really rely on word of mouth.
I did. I think I followed you earlier today.
Awesome. Yay, thank you. Yay. Thank you so much.
Yay.
This helps. And you have a beautiful and blessed day, sweetie pie.
Thank you. You too. Hi, Kandi.
Have a good one.
Yes.
Oh, Katrina, that as usual, girl, you are amazing.
Thank you.
What a first great coming back from a break. And
I like that. I've been nervous.
She said I'm nervous.
I'm always nervous. I always get nervous. And so, yeah, I'm glad.
We do have we've got a couple of folks backstage, and we've got some questions in the chat. I do want to ask, there's a couple of people in the chat that are asking about specific individuals. Would you like them to be ready with a picture if we're able to get everything pulled up?
Yes. In the chat room, I won't be able to see you.
Right.
If you can come on and you got a video, you should be able to just show me the picture, or something like that. That would be most beneficial to the time of everyone. Yes. Okay, we can try, but I'm just stating if there are specifics. Okay, you have some questions. Yeah.
Debbie Robinson, Debbie Robinson.
Hi,
Debbie. Yeah. In April, her little puppy passed away, and she just wanted to know if there was any messages from the puppy.
Okay. Well, first thing I need to let you know is this soul has already been recycled. All right. So that's the first thing that I need to let you know. And it's a gentleman that's sharing it with me. And I feel like it's on your dad's side. And he is saluting. So I got a feeling that there is a person that was of service, grandpa possibly. And he wants to let you know that he was right there when you had to make the decision. So I want you to know that. I hope that makes some sense for you, Debbie. But this puppy has been recycled, so nothing's been lost, except for your love and everything. I understand that because we all miss our loved ones. But I hope that helps. And it might even be making its way, because 98% of the time, I find reincarnation comes back in the same family. May not be in the same form,
right?
But same family.
Same family. Yeah.
I hope that helps. Love you.
Yay. One more quick one. This will be an example of why picture.
Okay.
This is Nice Jr. She says, does father-in-law have any messages for her? Him.
Nice Jr.
NICEJR. But this is a good example of where a
Because
picture would.
if I could even see Nice Junior
Well, here,
or a
Nice
photo,
Jr. Here. You want to see the name
does
and chat? Hang
father-in-law
on.
have?
Any messages? Hang on, I'll find.
And okay, so we got that going on. Why Rose do it? We're trying to accommodate. And I see that there's also another question.
Yeah, and there's another one like that. Angela Atlas. Any messages from heaven for her mother? Her mother's name is Lafong, Lanfong. She says her mother is suffering in many ways. It'd be nice if there was a message for her mother.
Okay. This particular person, the first thing that I got when Rody was reading it is that I got a lot of things that has to do with the head. I'm seeing a male figure that is definitely around the whole head. So I would say that there is some either memory or pain that's going on. Excuse
Bless
me.
you.
That's very interesting. Unless there's trouble with the breathing going on, because that just onset it on me, and that does happen. I'm getting. I feel like your mother has, she has some fear, but she's also prepared. It looks like this might have occurred once before, or maybe a warning prior to this. And the best that I can say is if you recognize what I'm saying, there's angels around your mother, there's family around your mother trying to assist her. And I hope that that gives you some relief and know that your prayers are being heard.
I'm so sorry. It's Nicole Jr. I'm so sorry.
Oh, and Nicole Jr.
Yeah, I am so sorry.
Let me see if I can see a face. And she says her father-in-law have any messages for us. Okay, Nicole. And Rody's going to have to let me know because I need you to have some. Nicole, the first thing that I'm getting from a man is a lot of stuff on a front yard or like have a garage sale or something. To me, I'm also seeing maybe a couple of cars. So, and then I see it being pushed away. So if you and your husband are dealing with stuff of what to do with his things, or even having to pay for stuff, because to me, I'm seeing it needing to be, sold, so that way money can be used for what needs to be sold or needs to be used for. And I find that what kept us, what things that we love to have, he can have it any moment that he wants. So those these things that are on earth don't have the same meaning to them. And a lot of times we hold on to those because we don't want to dishonor, or we don't want to lose, or you think that they want you to keep. I hope that makes some sense. I feel like you got to let go. And this will give you some peace. There we go. And I would love to hear the answers before we get to our next reading.
We've got Sandy backstage, Katrina.
Okay, we know our Sandy.
We know our Sandy girl.
Hi, Sandy.
I miss you guys so much. How are y'all doing? Everybody good?
We're better.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We were at death's door, but we're both going to live.
Yes.
So,
I'm glad to hear that. I was at death's door too, but I feel really good now.
Yes, I'm glad to hear that.
Awesome.
That's wonderful. And the family's doing good?
Not so good. I need to know what my family's thinking right now. And also, can you talk to Bailey and tell her to be good and quit being protective over me?
If I'm in Bailey probably isn't going to pay attention to my voice. I'd have to be right there with him. So
Okay.
I think you're in Austin. So if I'm traveling most likely, honestly, now I can talk to them. I hear what they say, but
Yeah.
just like when we put things in their face, they do this. They're not going to pay attention. So I don't think he will. You're
Okay.
never going to be able to get that protectiveness out of him. It's just in him, and you don't want to break his soul. So you're gonna
Yeah.
have to find a way to maybe calm him down, but you're not going to get rid of it.
Okay. And if let's say, well, we're transitioning right now, and I want to take the feral cat with me, but I'm trying to get her potty trained and stuff and introduce her to Bailey, but I don't know what's going to happen.
I would do the house training and all that in a secluded area and still keep the two of them separated. That way she gets used to the home first. And I feel like at least a couple of months. I know that's going to be like odd, but I feel like that's what it's going to take first with the feral cat and to feel comfortable with you.
Yeah.
Because right now you also don't want Bailey. That's a dog, right?
Yeah.
You don't want him to, not realize that it's his behavior and it be not a pretty sight. But
I know, that's what I'm worried about.
I do see. I had one too. I was worried about it, and was 150 some pound Rottweiler. But I'm letting you know that if you do it this way, put the cat in its own little space, at least for a couple of months, they're going to smell it, and I'm seeing the
Mm-hmm.
transition will work.
We'll see how that goes because we're already transitioning.
I know. So I would make her. Actually, you can make her the last thing that you need to bring in.
Okay.
So that all the commotion and all that of moving, or the things that need to be done. And cats, you can pretty much leave them for a couple of days with everything that they need, and they're just fine. Especially a feral. So
Okay.
I would make her the last thing that you transition.
Okay. All right. So big questions. So Kevin's brother is in the hospital still, and something happened. Huh?
Is there bloating or is he swelling around the legs?
I think so. Kevin, come here real quick. Kev, come here real quick. Hold on.
I'm just wondering. I want to make sure that I got the right vision to be able to assist. But
he went in for breathing, and then something happened. So he's not the same person anymore. Here, talk to Kev.
Kevin is your brother that she's talking about? By any chance, does he got some swelling going on, or like particularly the legs?
Yes.
And since he went in for one thing, has he been having some difficulties in catching his breath?
Yes. That's why he went to the ER. But when he got there, they did something to him, and he was asleep for 8 days.
None of us know. I'm just seeing a frantic. I'm seeing, preparing. So I don't know. I'm just saying that I feel that he has already put I would say that he flatlined somewhere in that. That's what it looks like to me. So
yeah, we think he had a stroke. That's what we think.
I think he actually died and went back over. So I don't know if that would be proven on records. If they hadn't already told you, it might be something isn't. I don't know. But I swear that it looks to me like he had already did a quick crossover and back. So he might even talk about that he saw a light, and that's not because your loved ones come in with a light. I want to make that so clear. I'm not digging anybody on that, but I've never had one say, "Oh, I saw the light." But because I see him flatlining and coming back in, the lack of oxygen would be that. So I would be interested in when you get an opportunity to talk. I'm seeing franticness here. I'm if I was to be perfectly honest, and this has happened with Ro, I would prepare for the possibility of not the best outcome. You know,
Gotcha.
say your hellos. If you got 6 months or a year, I don't know when it is, but I am seeing the franticness. You did confirm the things that I saw, and that is the way I interpreted the energy.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're
Thank
welcome.
you.
I'm sorry.
It's calling you back. It's okay.
Yeah. So we're transition today, so I'll catch you
Wow.
up on all that.
Okay. Well, what we'll do is we'll do that on the side so I can get the rest of these young ladies.
Yeah, definitely. I miss and love you.
We love you too, sweetheart.
See you soon.
Yes.
Bye, Kandi. Love you, Roro. Love you, Katrina. Love you, Tiffany. I know you're somewhere.
Yes, family she's taken care of. So yeah, I hate giving those kind of messages, but it's the way I interpret it.
Yeah, it was great.
Yeah. We've got, like she's saying, we've got a couple of folks backstage. I think I was looking to see. I thought Ashley had asked a question in the chat. I'm going to go ahead and bring her up really quick, and then we can do some more questions.
Okay.
Ashley, did you have a question in the chat? Did I see that right?
Yes, ma'am.
No, we'll get those in a second. Go
Yes,
ahead.
ma'am. I just wanted to see if my husband was with me. I do have a picture of him.
Oh, he's a big old rough guy. He's a big rough guy. I want to let you know. See, right now he don't look big, but he is so big above you. And I see that you guys got tattoos. So did you put yours on already? Look at me. I got my hand up there. I'm just like, please know that my actions do correspond because I'm following him. He's talented. So I know that you talked about him wanting to be a big guy. He's a big guy. I'm going to look little too when I get up there. I'm going to have a body like Marilyn Monroe. We get to do whatever we want. We get to eat whatever we want. And the most important that you need to know about is that they get to do that and they still choose to hang out with you. It doesn't stop them from being in their heaven. It doesn't stop them from experiencing all things that is for them. And you also relate him to wings, right?
Yes.
Because I'm seeing like anything with wings, butterfly.
I always say with the red cardinals.
Okay, I was going to say bird, but I definitely do see that the wings are in there. And do we have, Ashley, I'm not sure if this is too much and you just let me know, but did you guys have lost a child that?
He had a son that he lost to CPS that I was trying to get. So yes.
I just saw a loss of a child. I just wanted to, and I know that we don't need to get in all that stuff, but I just want you to know that he's around because you asked. And so these are those areas. And when I see your bedroom, I know that you're in your bedroom, but I'm seeing a light glow at night and it don't feel like it's flickering like a TV. So I can only think that you either have a night light or something that you turn on that doesn't. Thank you. These are moments that he's right there with you. And what's interesting is he doesn't sleep right beside you. He puts a pillow right on like your stomach and lays there.
That's how he slept when he was here. Yeah.
They still are. And it's just different. That's all that I can say. And
as long as he's here.
He is there. And I know you smell his cologne, the one that you didn't really care about, but you still smell it.
Yeah.
Specific. Very specific. So
yes.
These just get a big old hug because I know that you do that to yourself just so because you know that and you do know what I'm talking about. In the middle of nowhere, you're giving yourself a hug and you're imagining that it's he. And he just wants you to know that he loves you and that he wants you to continue to go forward. And Ashley, I have one big, gigantic one word that I got to tell you. I'm effing sorry. he wants you to know it was him that was talking, because it sounds like me. And once you knew, you needed to have that. Do you get that? Do you understand? And say it with authority. And I know that he had a lot of demons. You know what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about
Yes,
ones
you-
up in the bed. And he's fixed those. Now he's working on you.
That's all I wanted to know.
You got it, girl.
Thank
You're
you
my
so
forever
much.
friend. And guess what? I
Thank
got to
you.
do. Fire up.
That was amazing, Katrina.
We're doing good.
We've got a couple of other folks backstage. I do want to hit a couple of questions really quickly.
Okay, yeah, because it's really hard when people do those, but we do have a follow-up on another question.
I just want to let you know,
Awesome.
Nicole did in the chat say that that the family today specifically had been going through a lot of stuff.
Okay,
So
okay.
that makes sense to you.
All right, okay.
Okay. This is Joey De La Garza, and he wants to know if this is another one. Wants to know if Grandpa has a message for him. I don't think I can find him.
Okay, let's see. Joey
De La Garza.
Joey, this is very odd because the first thing that your grandpa brings to me is the name. So I feel like your name is very important, which tells me that you must have been named after grandpa, or you follow his name. It's whatever. It has something to do with your name, and remember what you're made of. And I feel like he's showing me the dust off the dirt off your legs. You know, we all fall. I want to let you know. So Joey, right now you might be feeling a little down and things aren't going your direction, and you may be a little bit ashamed or whatever it may be. Well, this man is sharing with me. He's saying, remember what you're made of. You pick yourself back up, and he's proud of you. That's what's important, is that you keep on getting back on the saddle. That's very interesting that it's back on the saddle. So I hope that resonates with you too, of your grandfather. So you don't have nothing to worry about. The key is that you keep on going, and he's very proud of you. I hope we get an answer on that. Now the next one.
Okay, yeah, and this is from Candace Elizabeth, and there's her picture right there. And she wants to know if it was her grandpa on her mom's side that visited her when he died back in 1983 when she was a toddler.
It's very interesting because the person that steps up to me, I'm seeing two different colors. So I feel like maybe the outfit that you were talking about when you were a toddler, I hope you got a picture of it, or I hope you remember what was wearing, because that's going to be hard for a toddler to remember. But I see specifically pinks and baby blues. And I'm hoping that will resonate with you, because I feel like it's what you're wearing or what's surrounding you. And it's so interesting because I feel like my walls seem like they're yellow, like a pretty butter yellow, not a bright blaring one or anything like that, but it feels like a nice soft yellow. So if that resonates with you, I hope that lets you know that it's because it was grandpa. All right. Now, let's take on another one in the back. We are doing fantastic.
You are knocking it out of the park tonight, girl.
Yep. We have Angela. She's been patiently waiting on us.
Hi,
Thank you, Angela.
You knew Angela?
No, but I know the question that she asked about her mom. Yeah.
Okay. Hello, Angela. My name is Katrina, and you got a question.
Well, she can.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. Thank you. I was just wondering, thank you so much for the message for my mom. It does make sense to me. And I was wondering if there's any messages for my guardian spirits for me. I feel like I've seen them or felt them, but sometimes I don't know if it is them or if it's some other entity, you know, in the spirit world. And I'm just curious.
And that's true. That's exactly your guides. And I've always found it is someone you took from another life, or not got rid of or killed. I mean, that, you know, from reincarnation and stuff like that. Or it is a family member, or it's a friend. It's never someone you don't know. And I always find, just like if you're hurting, it's going to be that same person that recognizes it. So if you are going into something and you have a fear of slithering things, I don't know if that makes sense to you, Angela, but for some reason, something that slithers on the ground is the first thing that's telling me that alerts you. And it is your great grandmother, because she comes in, she was known, your great grandmother on your dad's side. She comes in and helps with the slithering things, because it's like I see her with a shovel and would get rid of everything. Or if there was a bug around, she wasn't scared of it. So what I'm stating is if you're in that situation, and I don't think that you know that grandma very well, so you're going to be having to go and talk to dad's side of the family, because grandma was pretty bad. She wasn't scared of nothing. She was the one that did all the creepy crawly stuff kind of woman. So she was very down to earth, and she steps in when those kind of things get to you and worry you. Can you first confirm that you have something to do with slithering things kind of creep you out?
I actually like snakes, so I don't find snakes creepy. Like lizards and snakes, I find them cute for some reason.
Okay. So what is it that slithers or something that gives you a cringe? Was it the first time that you did and then you fell in love with them?
No, I don't think. The only thing I can think of is more from a metaphysical perspective, I suppose. So in the Asian culture, like for example, I'm born in the year of the dragon and my mother's born in the year of the snake. So there's conflicts between the two. And it's interesting that you mentioned it is my great grandmother from my father's side, because that side of the family is so far removed from me. I'm surprised to hear that, because she is not someone that I would have ever thought of that is in my spiritual army per se.
Yes.
No idea.
I love that. And that is my favorite. I started that in the beginning, the things that you didn't even know who are around you. And it's just specific. So I couldn't interpret it, but it's interesting that you said your mom is the symbol of the snake. And I did not know that. I don't know your culture, and I apologize, and will never try to. It's my stupidity that's more on the line if I step on a line. But I'm also going to flip that in polar opposites of the fact of maybe she was very scared of those, but now she's a strong woman and helping, and you are helping her. I want to flip that around, but I do know that it's your great grandmother on your dad's side that hangs a lot with you.
Wow, that's really interesting. And would you be able to ask? So I actually saw an apparition manifest. Like I can see her in my college years. She reached out while I was sleeping and touched me 3 times over on the course of 3 days, and it scared the bejeebus out of me. So I always thought that was my grandmother from my maternal side. I'm curious to know if that was from my great grandmother.
It is your great grandmother on your dad's side. And it's interesting, the 3, because I identify that too. And let's go back, Angela. You stated that this occurred during your college years, right? Mm-hmm. That might have been during that time of where you were feeling a little scared or stuff. Because remember, I told you she's coming in and being a badass. She's coming in to help you in those. And I just didn't interpret that snake of you being in fear of that. But it still stands true of her being your protector. And that was your question. You wanted to know who was around you. I also smell her, and it's very interesting because it doesn't smell like a perfume. It smells like spices. And in specific, in my nose, it kind of reminds me of there are those sticks that you put in that are spicy. And when you were young, you would take them in and put them in oranges and bring them home during kindergarten. Yeah. I don't know but it has a pointy at the top, but the other one stick in. That's what she reminds me of. Smell that,
Mhm.
and oranges. So do you have any of those particular fragrances or connection, considering that you're asking if she's around and I also need to find out if that resonates with you on your end, because that's what I smell.
I love the smell of oranges, but I've never been in an area.
Cloves. It's called cloves, right? Those are called
Cloves, yeah. I've never smelled anything like cloves, like, in a random situation.
right. Yeah. No, I don't think you're actually smelling, but I'm letting you know. So that means that it's her that I identify her with. I want to make sure that it wouldn't be things that are around your home that I'm smelling, because, she's with you. And when you go and lay down, do you fluff your pillow and then turn it around?
I don't.
Okay, I am finding someone that fluffs the pillow and turns it around. Now, I'm only seeing one pillow. I'm not seeing extra pillows onto the bed, just one centered. So I would also take that as a person that is maybe OCD a little bit, how things have to be just a certain way. So find out about those particular things, because
That's my
these
mom.
pardon?
That's my mother.
The snake.
Yeah, I think
Okay.
you're probably talking about her now. That whole fluffing pillow. It's not a me thing. It's definitely my mom thing, and she does have OCD.
I just know that they're around. I'd like to talk it through, because I wouldn't lie in any way, but I know what I'm seeing. So it's trying to interpret it. And music, I do see and hear music, and it doesn't sound like upbeat pop music. It sounds more of a soft rock, maybe musical, maybe a soft alternative, because that's what it kind of sounds like. I don't know the music, but it's got I would say soft alternative. It's not rough, and it's a lot of instrumental. I don't hear a lot of words.
I think it's everything you're describing is everything that my mom is into, which is so interesting that my grandmother from my father's side, because my father and my mother have a very tumultuous relationship. And so it's just so interesting that my great grandmother from my dad's side is everything you're mentioning is actually for my mom. Like that music that you're listening, she has this one Asian singer that sings that type of music, and that resonates.
It's hard. So have you been worried about your mother? Has she been on your mind?
A lot, constantly. I asked.
She's there. You asked about your guide and why she's around. This is what she's showing you. She's helping you with all these, Angela.
Which is amazing, because I need all the help. Sometimes I feel like my mother just has a bad hex over her, where she just has a life where nothing ever goes smoothly. And even though I try as her daughter, nothing just goes smoothly. Like when something happens for good, another bad thing, like a catastrophic bad thing, would happen.
That's me. You would think that it would go smooth for me. If it can happen, it's me. I used to say that my mom was raped. I don't even know who my dad is. I can't not being mean. I'm just stating, if it can happen, it happens to me. I'm just telling you, I understand. I wonder about hexes too, but I got a lot of good stuff that comes in. I want to let you know that it's not going unheard. It's not being, so no wonder she's around, letting you know the things that are on your plate that are bothering you, that you can kind of take a break, Angela. Because you're being heard. And if anybody can do it, it can damn well be heaven.
I think that's important to hear, because sometimes I feel like I can't catch a break. When it comes to her, I can never catch a break. I want to be selfish, but then it feels selfish when I want to take.
I got the same thing. I had to make boundaries. I love my mom so much. I really do, but I did have to make boundaries, and I struggle all the time because of, I should be. And my mom was blind ever since I was little. So you can imagine there's a different sense of responsibility, and whether you try or what is just normal. And when you realize that it shouldn't be. But Angela, nobody can make it for you. But your question was, who's around you? And you got an answer.
Thank you so much.
And you got one that you didn't think was the person watching over, but she's there because she knows that you need her and she knows what's happening. She
Thank
brought
you.
it up.
That's
You're
awesome.
not forever friends.
Thank
Katrina's
you.
the
Thank
real deal,
you.
right? Katrina's the real deal, isn't she? Real quick. You know, she said, I'm doing the chat. I'm old, so it's hard to listen both, but something about a snake or something. And you go, no, not me. But then later it came
Dad.
around.
I mean,
Katrina,
Mom.
because her messages are that correct from heaven that she will always eventually it will come up what that was given to you for, who it was about. So you look new. I don't recognize your name, so I just wanted to point that out to you and hope that we see you next month in the show also.
Thank you so much. Appreciate you all, and I will give time for the rest of the folks that's here.
Thank you, Angela.
Yeah. All right. I just had to say that.
I'd like to
about
get
you.
those people down there before we break off. Yeah, because we are going to do.
Okay. So
Yeah, we've got a couple. We have one question that we want to get to. Miss Debbie Barnes wants to know, when will she be better and feel happy again?
Oh, Debbie, stop worrying about how everybody else is treating you and how it's going to be the only. And I'm doing the same thing. Okay. What I'm getting is Debbie, we're in charge of our own happiness. And if our circle that we're in doesn't help us to get there, then we have to find a different circle. We have to find, and that sometimes might be a husband, that might sometimes be even family. That doesn't automatically say that they have the right to make you feel that way. So I wanted to let you know, the first thing I get from your question is, stop thinking that others got to give it to you. Go out and get it yourself, girl. You got it.
Yeah.
You can be happy. Yes, you can.
Candace said to tell you that those were her favorite colors and that she always put her in her mother always put her in those colors.
See, so Grandpa was there.
Validation. Yeah.
Yes. I love validation.
And Ryan sent pictures of her wigs, but we're not supposed to post them.
Okay, so can you confirm that they were similar to my description?
I thought.
Oh yeah.
The chat.
Oh yeah, they absolutely were.
I can't do chat rooms.
Oh, not chat, but
Brody's going to just see it. No, I haven't seen any of that. Good. I love that.
All right. I'm gonna bring. We've got 3 minutes, Katrina. So you're gonna have to do the next couple pretty quick.
I'll try my best, really quick. There we go.
All right. We got Miss Crystal.
Hi, Miss Crystal. You got
Crystal,
yourself.
you're on mute.
You're on mute. You got to turn your mute off, sweetheart.
You're on mute still.
Yeah, I can see it in there. Let me see if I can do it. I'll try to see. I can do it.
We can't do it.
Unmute Mike.
It's at the bottom of the screen. Look.
I think she just hung up on us. No,
There
there
she
she's
is.
back.
Got it.
There you go.
There you go.
Okay, we can hear you.
Forever friend.
Okay. Hi, Crystal.
Hi. I have my pictures.
Okay.
And this is my mom and dad.
Okay, I'm going to bring up Mom right off the bat. I'm sorry that you're going to be rushed on this because of our timing. Okay.
All right.
Your mother is very, very proud of you breaking off ties with some things that didn't serve you, kind of like the last one that just asked in chat room. I see that it was very hard. She tells me that she knows how hard it was. I'm supposed to inform you. For some reason, I feel like there's feminine energy connected to the ties that you had did. If it's a guy, there's a female that's also connected to that, or it's the female that you tied it to that's connected to that. But I get feminine energy.
Yes.
Both?
Yes.
Okay.
They're connected.
These are not good to be. I see that what's being said doesn't match what the actions are, and that you finally figured that out.
Yes. One of them's my cousin. It took me 54 years. We're the same age. Yeah.
Wow. So sorry.
Yeah. It took me a long time to figure this out.
Another one, I feel like it has something to do with money, and that you're not going to see that, Crystal. I'm so sorry. Say goodbye.
What? Huh?
Did you lend any money to a friend that still owes you money?
No, well, see, my mom killed herself, and then my husband killed himself. Then my dad died, and then my brother burnt my parents' house down and went to prison for 40 years. So we were supposed
That's
to share that house, and my brother gets out of prison in a couple of years, and I'm terrified of him. Yeah.
okay, but there's something to do with money. So you said something about a house. Did you get what you were supposed to get from that house?
Burnt it down. Yeah.
Okay, anything that has to do that's sitting up that you're waiting on, okay? So whether it was a loan or it is money that comes from supposed to be from papers legal, or it is something that comes up with something in the future. I'm just seeing that what you're supposed to get isn't going to happen. It should.
Oh my God, I think I might know what it is.
But you're not going to find it. It's effed up, Crystal. It really is. But I'm supposed to tell you that it's not going to happen.
Far out.
Okay.
Okay.
And you notice that I'm very sad about that. And I feel like you probably didn't even think that was going to occur. And that's why she probably spitted it out. That person may even ask for something else from you. You got to cut that out. Okay.
Okay, well, it's not coming from these people. It was something I was working on with. I have a child with autism, and she was treated horribly at school, and I recorded it, and I'm about to sue everybody.
That's a shame. It's not going to come out with the money that you're thinking, but just you sharing what it is. Your mother wanted you to know that she knows what's going on. It's not what's going on with them. She's talking about what's happening now. Okay. She can't fix your brother. She can't fix what's going on, but she can tell you that she knows what's happening here, and to put on all of that, unless it's just to make sure that they don't do it to another child, but you're not going to get any money out of it. Do you understand?
I'm still going to do it. Yeah.
I love that in you. Love that in you. As long as you know that what it's going in, that's the most important.
Right. Okay. I'm doing it. Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
And Dad, he opened up a beer, the kind that twists off. I hope that makes some sense to you. He's fine too. All right. And I smell the cigarette smoke. It's heavy.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, totally.
You're good. Okay.
About that. How about my husband who also killed himself too? This would be him. Can you see him? Oh wait, here we go.
I don't got him coming in right now, Crystal. So it could be that it doesn't want to do it online, or it could be, I don't know. I just don't. He may have reincarnation. So I'm sorry, I don't have.
All right. Yeah. No doubt the roughest, couple of years of my life, and I've been on a spiritual journey, like mad, like crazy style. Yeah.
Good. Then you continue with that, whatever feels good, and you got people watching over you.
Yeah.
Go forward and just make sure it's about Crystal and her family.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Okay.
Good
love
energy,
you.
Crystal.
Forever friend.
Forever friends.
Yes.
Right.
Okay.
All right, we've got one more. Her name is Nicole, and she's coming with a picture loaded.
Okay. Nicole, haven't we talked? Because I recognize his picture.
We haven't talked with him. You might have just a few minutes ago when I asked a question.
We haven't been texting?
Well, I texted you on Facebook, but you haven't told me anything about him. He passed in April.
Okay. Do you have a missing person?
I have a missing person case that I was working on myself.
Okay. And this is all that's coming in. If we haven't talked about it, it's coming through as a spiritual thing, because this is what's coming through. I swear I have seen and talked to this guy. I get that he when he talks, it's kind of a little jarbled a little bit. I'm going to say more country more than that, if that gives you a little idea. I've watched the alligator guy. What's up with my alligator? But and I have to look at the captions, but it's not that he has a disability. I just want you to know he's coming in. And then the missing person case, there's something to do that has a connection that either he's helping, or what is your question that you want from him, because he's ready.
What do you want to know? Are we doing the right thing with everything? We've been getting a bunch of signs. We want to know if we're seeing it correctly. Like,
well, the first thing that I don't know why, but you guys have question of why and how come he went away. Is this correct?
It happened kind of fast. I mean, we know how it happened and why, but I guess we kind of just
what aggravated it, right? I'm hearing an argument. I'm seeing something that has to do with, I feel, a misunderstanding with a female energy, or it would be a male that has female energy. I got to make sure that I put all of that together. And it feels like a disagreement going on, and it feels like it escalated. And I feel like this made him feel sad and angry. And this gentleman, to me, feels like when he's upset, he doesn't hide it. I feel like things around get thrown or knocked on the floor. This is him. So I wouldn't be surprised that you see that, because that is the stuff that he blames. I would say that either it was aneurysm or it was a heart attack of some. It just looks like boom. He got angry
with his heart,
and it was gone. He was down, and I feel like I'm face down for some reason. So I don't know if you guys know how, if he rolled over, if they had to roll him over. I just feel like my face down, and I feel like it's carpet or fabric.
He was in a bed.
Well, there you go.
He was bedridden.
Pardon?
He was bedridden.
Okay. I just want you to know that it just feels like in that cat. Oh, bedridden. Who took care of him, Nicole?
What?
Who took care of him? Was it a female?
My mother.
His mom. His wife. It would be his wife.
So would they argue? Would it?
I mean, yeah, they argued.
Hey, you when you're with somebody for a really long time, especially if they're on the bed and they can't, it's going to get heated. You're going to say shit that you don't, excuse me, that maybe you didn't mean to say or whatever. I just find that was the very first. And it might be that your mom is feeling guilty about this, thinking and all this, and you can't change anything. I just saw a heart just like this in a thing. So by any chance, do you guys got something that represent the heart with his mom? With your mom. I'm looking at your husband, at your mom. Yes.
We would have to ask her. I feel like he's making her believe.
I just know that I see this heart, and it goes just like this. And I see pink flowers. So pink flowers can be pink roses or whatever. And pink also is associated with October to me. So I believe that would be a message for your mom. Now, as for you, kiddo, I don't know why I got kiddo. I just feel like he's talking to you. You look like him. Is there something to do with a vehicle or a truck or something that you travel, or has it been messing up?
I had some bald tires that I needed new tires.
I just see, because would you say that your dad was good at under the hood of like any vehicle? I don't feel like it's a truck. I feel like anything that might have oil in it.
Mhm.
I have oil in it that I just feel like you can just fix anything. And then I'm seeing like um, uh, uh, hedge trimmers or grass trimmers in a line too. In particular, it seems like there's 3 or 4 of them. My thing is that I feel like you're wondering what you should get rid of. And, there's a lot of stuff that I feel like maybe a little bit of a hoarder, a little bit. It looks like there's a spot that you haven't even wanted to step into, in my opinion.
You said something today, and we literally just was going through the stuff today. You answered my question. We were literally going through the stuff today, and we made a joke saying something about selling it. And you said something about us selling it.
Please do. And I see that he has a lot of stuff that's just piled up, and boxes that seem like they have crushed on each other. And it even appears to be like maybe a little bit of water or oil damage. It just looks like there's some stain on the box.
You seeing that wooden thing?
That might be something you might want to take a look into, because it looks like your dad, to me, held papers or maybe money that, paper money or something. It just looks to me like he would hide things. And to me, I feel like it's monetary gain. So be careful of what you look at, but get rid of the rest.
Okay.
And I feel like the things that look the most damage are the things you need to take a second look at.
Okay.
Okay.
Yep.
And I'm supposed to tell you, he loves you.
Thank you.
And you guys got a little boy too?
Yes.
Yeah, he hangs out with him too. Just let
I know. He's always asking about him.
I know. Sending you so much love, guys. You're my favorite friends. Thank you so much for waiting, and I hope that I was able to answer your questions.
Thank you. Love you.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Wow, great show.
Let's do it.
We have one other confirmation tonight, Karina, before we close. You did the reading for the other Debbie who wanted to know when she was going to feel better.
Okay.
And the confirmation is that some of the people that are around her treat her very poorly, and that's why she is where she is right now. So spot on one more time.
I thank you, and I'm sorry, but sometimes you just gotta put that mind frame and go with just you, and not try to beg. And I'm not saying you're begging, babe. Everybody deserves human decency, but when you keep saying it and you're not getting nothing back, you need to remove yourself from that. You can be happy. You got to do it.
Absolutely. All right. I'm gonna run the closing.
Yes.
All right.
We love